What's going on, Jerome's? Your Minnesota Vikings are 4-0, even though it was sort of a near-run thing at the end against the greasy, grimy Green Bay Packers. But a win is a win is a win. But it's kind of fun. So the Vikings are winning, but we're starting to nitpick about not winning by enough, right? A Monday morning quarterback, every decision is a lot easier when you're sitting on the couch. Fully understand that. But Kevin O'Connell got aggressive at the end of the greasy, grimy Green Bay Packers game. So setting the table, 2 minutes, 20 seconds left. The Packers are out of timeouts. Vikings up by 9, and they're down at the 4-yard line. So Vikings, if the Vikings pick up a yard, the game is over. That's basically what it is. Now, a lot of people are questioning, why did the Vikings go for it here? Why didn't they kick the field goal to go up 12 and give the ball back to the Packers and yada, yada, yada. But I respect the aggressiveness. And even in real time, like, I thought it was the correct decision. And yes, even if the Packers had, so a lot of people are blaming the closeness of this game on this decision, right? I feel like if the Vikings had somehow lost this game, everyone would have blamed the 4th and 1 decision, when they should have been blaming the Vikings defense for allowing the Packers to march 96 yards for a touchdown, the special teams for allowing the Packers to recover an onside kick, the defense for allowing the Packers to march another 40 yards to get into field goal range for their jabroni kicker who had missed 2 already, and then special teams for allowing the kicker to make another kick. So I feel like there would have been a lot more blame to go around, not necessarily on this 4th and 1 decision, right? And after the game, Kevin O'Connell talking about aggressiveness, Kevin Seifert, who's not Carl Gershman. By the way, Seifert, after the game, was like almost mad that the Vikings won. In explaining this fourth quarter game management, Kevin O'Connell said it was important for players to see him keeping his foot on the gas. O'Connell, I believe in them. I love them, and we're going to ride together, and we're going to stay aggressive while being smart. And yeah, I mean, you could say that the defense went into prevent mode, but also, you know, fatigue, momentum certainly played a part in it. Even though Byron Murphy, 2 turnovers, man, right? But I do respect, especially this last drive, the way that things pieced together, because, you know, the Vikings up 9. O'Connell could have just tried to run some clock, and he did get the Packers to use all their timeouts. But also, it could have been a spot where they're just like, okay, drain the clock, and then we'll punt. But no, the Vikings were pretty damn aggressive on this drive. So the Vikings setting the table. So starting off with 4 minutes, 17 seconds left, Byron Murphy had just forced the fumble. Cam Beasley recovered. And yeah, as much as you want to blame the defense in the second half, without those 2 turnovers by Byron Murphy, the Vikings probably lose. Right, but so the Vikings up 9, 4 minutes, 17 seconds left. They just got the ball back at the Green Bay 42. Right, so you're thinking, all right, you know, eat some clock, get about 30 yards, and then Will Rockford will kick a 50-yard field goal, and we'll be good to go. Right, but you know, a couple of runs, and then also the had a false start there, and then Justin friggin' Jefferson just steps up, and he is him on 3rd and 12. That sideline snag. Love to see it, man. So that got down to the Green Bay 31. And then Darnold pushing the envelope, middle of the field to Jordan Addison, getting down to 13. A couple Aaron Jones runs, and all of a sudden you're down to the 4-yard line, right? So now this is where it gets a little bit dicey. So Aaron Jones had 2 nice runs to get from the Green Bay 13 down to the Green Bay 4, right? So two runs there. Now, everyone and their mom knew that Kevin O'Connell wanted to get Aaron Jones a touchdown. And in some ways, I feel like that was a detriment to the Vikings offense in the second half, but that's an argument for another day. Either way, they were clearly stacked up to stop Aaron Jones on 3rd down, which they did. And then 4th down, there's a decision, right? So you could just dive Aaron Jones up the middle, again, hope to get that yard. But they did go with the Jalen Speedy Naylor jet sweep. Now, I respect the call because it's outside the box, and Naylor had picked up a 1st down on the exact same play against the Texans. And yeah, I mean, his footing slipped, but even with the footing slipped and the knee going down, it felt like the ball was across the line. It felt like the Vikings got a horse poop spot, but it is what it is. Either way, the Vikings didn't execute. Now, this is where people are criticizing. Oh, why run an exotic play? Well, run exotic play. Hey, they literally have 10 men in the box. Like, so you just want to dive Aaron Jones up the middle again, just see what happens? Nah. But there's a couple things there. So, like I said, if you get a yard, you end the game, right? And there's a whole bunch of other mitigating factors that go into it. So number one, the parameters. There's 2 minutes, 14 seconds left. The Packers have no timeouts outside of the 2-minute warning, or the 2-minute timeout, as college football people call it. The Vikings defense was just gassed. Even though the last 2 drives had ended in turnovers, the Vikings defense was just gassed, evidenced by them allowing a 96-yard touchdown drive in 5 plays, right? But also, if you kick the field goal, you go up by 12. I mean, that's great. Now they have to score 2 touchdowns, and also they have to recover the onside kick. But same thing. The defense is gassed, and they start from the 25 as opposed to the 4, right? So, or they have a chance to return the kick. So you're opening yourselves up for more opportunities for failure. And I don't know, the way that the Vikings defense have been playing, like, do you trust them to not allow 2 75-yard touchdowns? I don't know. Then if you don't get on 4th down, which happened in our current simulation, the Packers had to march 96 yards for a touchdown. Or they could have marched down, kicked the field goal, tried to get the onside kick, and then get a touchdown, right? But it was too easy. It was too easy. The defense, yeah, I know they were tired. I know that momentum was against them. But, I mean, 96 yards, 5 plays, no excuses. It was just piss poor communication on the back end. The guys didn't make plays, right? And Cam Beasley was out of position on the touchdown. So, yeah. But all those things had to go wrong for the Vikings to lose if they didn't get on 4th down. So Packers march 96 yards. They recover an onside kick. They go another 40 yards for a field goal. They make the field goal. All those things had to happen, right? But also, if you get this yard, no matter how you got it, the game's over. Because it runs down to the 2-minute warning. You take a couple knees, and you're good to go. All right, so I respect the aggressiveness, and I know that people are only second-guessing this. 1, because they didn't get it off of an exotic play, and number 2, the Packers marched 96 yards for a touchdown in 5 plays and made it a lot closer than you think. Because, hey, if they get this yard, the Vikings win 31-22, all right? And the final score is a lot more indicative about how one-sided this game was throughout most of it. But like I said, it is what it is. A win is a win. I respect Kevin O'Connell for having the huevos to go for it. You're trusting your studs to make a play, and if it doesn't work out, you're trusting your other studs to try and make a couple plays, right? But like I said, if you didn't get it, there were so many things that had to go against you for you to lose this game. But thank goodness Josh Oliver fell on that onside kick, man, because if the Packers had gotten that onside kick, I don't know. I mean, the Vikings defense, they weren't going to stop the Packers offense. Jordan Love was starting to feel it, mainly because maybe at halftime that knee got a little Dr. Feel Good, and you know that jabroni kicker was going to make 1. But either way, still worked out, and it's fun, like Monday morning quarterback thing. But I will go to the mat. Like, this was the correct decision. Just didn't work out. They got a poor spot. Naylor slipped. But still, the defense should have stepped up. But it is what it is. Anyways, your thoughts are thoughts. 4th and 1. It was correct for Kevin O'Connell and the Vikings to go for it. Let us know your thoughts. Our thoughts, comment section below. Subscribe for daily Vikings takes. Want to support the work? Put a little something in the Venmo. But until next time, Skol, production value.